Hello, everybody. It's Wayne Nugent, your founder and chief visionary officer, talking to you from my home here in Plano, Texas, just north of Dallas, Texas, about 2.5 miles away from the corporate office. And, we're friends and we're business partners in a sense. And it's time to co-create the future of World Ventures together with our Dreamtrips product. So I don't know if you know this, but I've been working on the Dreamtrips idea for 20 years. And we've done over $1 billion worth of, Dreamtrip, membership sales and we trips all over the world. And so we've built a really incredible, travel infrastructure as far as a travel company goes with Rovia, but we've also built, a great sales force around the world and membership base around the world with great culture. And you're the leaders of that. So we already have had a common vision. We've already been co-creating. And so we're just going to continue to do that. But the things we're going to talk about right now is what's going to set us up for the next 10 to 20 years. And this is a very important conversation. This is like being in the very beginning. When you talk about all the leaders that, were with us from the very beginning, it's almost like that's where you're at right now. You're being invited to this webinar because of your leadership ability, your rank, that, what it took for you to achieve that rank, prove something to yourself and prove something to us. This invitation for you to be on this webinar is our belief in you, that we believe that you and us, the corporate office, we can create something very unique and very special, a product, a membership that's never been built before. What we're about to go build is just never been done before. And we are going to crowdsource our product development. And we are going to expand beyond travel, beyond the Dreamtrips membership as you know it today. We are going to go from, just cruises and resorts and things like that into food and entertainment, dining and entertainment. And so in front of 22,000 people in Orlando, most of you were there, and that's why you're on this webinar. We started to paint a vision. We started to paint a picture for you. But right now, this webinar is just to talk a little bit more detail so that you can get your mind around the concept, so that at the end of this webinar, you can once again decide, choose to opt in and co-create with us. This is one of those moments where it's, don't ask what your company can do for you. Ask what you can do for your company. How are we going to do this together? And so at the end of this webinar, you need to do a self-assessment and ask, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited am I about taking this initiative seriously in my city? This is a very serious project, and we need very serious people that see this big vision and want to be a part of it. So if that's you, fantastic. If it's not, no problem. We're trying to create a win-win-win situation. A win for you as a rep and a member. We want to create a win for the local businesses, the local community, and the local governments. And we want to create a win for our company. and set our company up for the next 10 to 20 years of growth. And there is a way to do that. We're going to lay that out right now about what it is that we're uniquely positioned to do. And we have to play to our strengths. That is smart strategic business, where we play to our strengths. And we need you to understand what makes us uniquely capable of creating this Dreamtrips local, global product offering. Okay, this expansion of our membership and what it's going to do for you and your friends and your family. Okay, so we have great intentions. Our great intentions is to create a new opportunity in a world that I think needs it, at a time in the world that I think this is more needed now than ever. And so if the economy holds up, fantastic. If the economy continues to roll over, then we're positioned to succeed. So on that note, in America, there was a financial, correction of sorts, and a lot of money flowed out of America and into China, and then that propped up Australia and Canada and the emerging markets, Brazil, Russia, India, and China, and South Africa. But if you follow the news and understand the economy, the global economy, you can see what's happening now. China dipped by 40%. Therefore, Australia's currency and economy is down. The Canadian currency and economy is down. Brazil, the real is down. Russia, the ruble and their economy is down. India, China, South Africa, the rand is down. So we have an answer to that for the people. And that's what I get excited about, is that there's a way for us to have a very positive product and be a very positive company and really help people in those communities. Now, we'll always be questioned. Our intentions will always be questioned, because there's going to be some local businesses that are afraid of us. We threaten them. Not that that's our goal, but that local travel agent may feel a little threatened. Regulators in certain cities and countries and governments, they might not know how to look at us. But this is where we as a leadership team, matter. Okay, how are we going to go about business and creating, business in these markets? And so there's a lot of responsibility that comes with leadership. And so we are the #1 company in the whole network marketing industry. And we're high tech, and we have a great value set. And so let me go through this with you and show you how I like to show who we are, who we've been in the past, and who we're going to be in the future. And I want to show you how I like to show this to my friends and my family and business owners, and encourage you to do the same, because it works. But I like to show the app, our new Dreamtrips app. And so if you don't have the Dreamtrips app yet on your phone, or you don't have an iPad, go get one. I mean, if you're going to take this seriously, you got to have the right tools of the trade. I totally recommend an iPad Pro. It's the new iPad. It's bigger. It's so easy to show this to people at lunch or a business owner. But it's just such a nice big screen. And here's the Dreamtrips app. And it has all our social features like Facebook and everything. It shows how many points you have and all that. So this is really nice to keep up with what's going on. So I recommend that you start really working within the app, encourage your people to work within the app. You know, this is our Facebook. It's a part of our ecosystem. It's the social component. This is critical. Everything I'm going to show you is very important to the overall ecosystem that's going to be a part of your next 10 or 20 year future. So got to learn to really use this stuff. You're the leader. People follow your lead. All right, so the Dreamtrips app, you know that now we have all these Dreamtrips all over the world. So when I'm sitting with a business owner or like a restaurant owner or anybody, I'm saying, look, when we first started this company and the Dreamtrips idea, you know, I promised that we were going to do at least one trip a month. So if you become a member, you're going to have access to at least one dream trip a month. And so that would have been, you know, 12 dream trips in the course of a year that was promised. Well, we did 15 the first year, so a little bit better than promised. And then the next year we did 33, I think. And then the next year was over 90. And then the next year was over 300. And now 10 years later, this year, we'll do over 11,000 dream trips. And the membership is a lower price. So think about that. The value is a lot higher. Lower price for the membership and more dream trips around the world to choose from. And you know, better experience because there's a host going on all these dream trips. So then on top of that, now you get the points back. So, I mean, believe me, when I tell you in the beginning of this company, it was a lot harder. You now have all these trips. You have an app, all these things. So when I go through here and I show people all the trips that we have around the world, and these are trips that we put together. This isn't pulling from some list somewhere. These are our trips that we curate, that we put together. We send a host on and you know, we know what people want when it comes to travel. Okay, same thing you want. Everybody wants the best vacation they can get at the lowest price. And I explain all this to explain to them who we are and where we come from, and now how we're expanding into the restaurant business. What we've accomplished in the travel world, the leisure travel world, we're now about to go and do the same thing in the restaurant world, okay? And have make the restaurants, the best restaurants in the world, a part of our membership, okay? So I think it's important that you show them this because it's our history, it's credibility, all these things. So I show people all these trips from around the world, and most people are like, wow, those look like awesome trips. And I say, okay, you know, where would you like to go? These are all trips that are in the app right now, available. You know, you can see from around the world. We have trips all over the world that you can choose from. Now, on each one of these trips right here, you see the points. So that price right there for the dream trip, the prices, those are already guaranteed to be the lowest prices. Apples to apples comparison. Otherwise, you know, we pay for your whole trip. So that's a guaranteed lowest price. That's a wholesale price. But then you can take points off of that. So the whole idea behind this, if you'll remember, and to keep this in your mind, is our business strategy. Would you rather, this key question, would you rather buy a vacation from Expedia or Priceline or anybody, or earn a dream trip from World Ventures? And most people, when they hear that question, they're like, okay, well, you know, a dream trip sounds better than a vacation. You know, what is it? What's the difference between a dream trip and a vacation? And it's the host that we send, and it's the private parties, and it's the social component, and it's all the things that are the bang for the buck, you know, that just make that trip extra special. You don't have to worry, stress out, think about anything. It's all done for you, okay? And lower price, but better experience. So then, how do I earn it? And that's where this conversation becomes really important, because we want it to where people are earning Dream Trip reward points faster. More people are earning more Dream Trip reward points faster so that they can afford to go on these dream trips all over the world faster. So we're going to increase how many people are traveling. We're not trying to steal customers from this company or this company or this company. We're trying to increase how many people are traveling and get people that already are traveling more often. So we're expanding the travel pie. This is a very good thing for the travel industry and all the countries that we're bringing people in and out of, okay? So anyway, you understand the app, you know the pricing, how it works, you know the points. So the question becomes, how do I earn these points? Well, within the app, you've got the Discover button, and you go and you can see restaurants. And here's the different restaurants here in Dallas that we've already contracted with, that when we go eat there, will give us points, the Dream Trip Reward dollars, or Dream Trip Reward points. So as an example, here's Kenichi. And this is one of my favorite restaurants in Dallas, because, the first time I met them, man, I heard good things about them, and I go, and it was late at night, and they're closed, and I asked the owner, if he would stay open, and I was offered to pay him money and all this, and he said, look, don't worry about paying me, just, pay for my staff, pay for my my cooks and that kind of thing, and we'll do this. Okay, so that was very nice of him. And then so I go upstairs and in the kitchen, and they got everything wrapped up. These guys are done. Everything's put away, and I started giving them some money, give them some hundreds of stuff. So they unwrap stuff, and we start cooking stuff, and it was just so great, and that was just really cool. That was just really nice of them to do, and the food was so awesome. So years later, I'm still talking about it, and I would always recommend them anyway. But now, if I can go eat there, and for eating there, I get Dream Trip Reward points. Isn't that pretty cool? So let me give you an example. Matt Morris, who he went there, and this is a screenshot of something that he may have posted this on Facebook. But here's Matt Morris, and he went to Kenichi's, and he earned 56 Dream Trip Reward points. Now that's 56 points he can apply towards these dream trips in one meal, just him and his wife. That's pretty impressive, isn't it? So what it is if you go eat at this restaurant, Kenichi's, you're going to get 40% of the food bill given to you in Dream Trip Reward dollars. So this is not Kenichi, like discounting their food, which cheapens their brand. So restaurants of this caliber, they don't like Groupon, because it's like group coupon, and it makes them look cheap and desperate. That's not what we're doing. You need to understand the distinctions between us and Groupon and all these and all these other daily deal sites. Okay, we're not the same thing, and this becomes your job, your key responsibility, is to learn how to connect with the restaurant owner, explain our unique, offering because of our membership base around the world. And our members go in and pay full price, but they're getting 40% of the bill given to them in Dream Trip Reward dollars. And we're partnering with the restaurant to be able to do this. So it's really good for you and your members, and it's really good for the restaurant to get a bunch of new customers coming in, and not only one time come in and use a coupon, but coming in again and again and again. Because if there's the top 10 restaurants in your city, top 20 restaurants in your city, and you can go eat there, and now all of a sudden the food's great, the atmosphere's great, and now all of a sudden you can get points, Dream Trip Reward points for eating there. Don't you want to go eat there more often? Of course. And if this is a part of the Dream Trip membership that you've been selling all this time, but now it includes this, can't you see how it's going to be easier for you to sell the Dream Trip membership? Because now there's this restaurant component where your people can use the membership the next day in their local city, the next week, the next 2 weeks, and then go eat at a restaurant and earn points. And because that's true, you're going to have more people sign up for the membership faster. You're going to have more people earning points. Now they're going to have an account with points, so they're less likely to quit or get any kind of, buyer's remorse, in the first, 3 months, because, they don't know how to go use it right away. And then if they actually go use it and get the points, and now they actually go on a dream trip, we're helping them earn points to go on a dream trip. Now all of a sudden they're going to retain the membership longer. So when you understand how big this is, because we're going to increase the value of the membership and the ability to use the membership and the ability to earn points, this is going to help you sell more memberships. It's going to make your retention go up. So you're going to make more money on the front with membership sales. You're going to make more money in residual income because people are holding on to the membership longer. So this is very big for you, but we got to play team. We have to play to our strengths. If we don't use you, if you don't opt into this and you don't go talk to the restaurants in your city, well, we're going to give it to somebody else to go do. But well, let me hold that thought. Okay. What I want to do is bring in, our friend, our partner that's been helping us, get this program up and running around the world. He has, well, let me give you his past. I mean, he worked for Living Social, which did a great job. They were a good company. He was one of the first hires for Living Social. He signed up over 220 businesses in the first year. So he knows how to go in and talk to business owners and show them their program and all that kind of stuff. So I said, there's a time where I want you to do this, but then there's going to come a time where I don't want you to do it, where I want you to teach our people to do it. And so that's where we're at right now. He's done it. And so he's now ready to step in and teach you how to do it, because he can't be but in one city at a time, one country at a time. But when we do it like this, through a webinar, and we teach you how to do it, man, y'all can go boom and hit all your cities all at one time. And we can start bringing on a whole bunch of restaurants a lot faster, working together as a team. So again, y'all got to catch this vision, because anytime any one of you sign up a restaurant in your city, you just helped every other rep and member in every other city. You just increased the value of the membership worldwide. So this is where we've got to play team. And every time you do one little thing and add one little restaurant, and we're going to teach you how to do it, give you all the tools to do it. It's not going to be hard. But all of a sudden, when you do that, you just helped every other rep and member in the world. And vice versa. When another rep or member in another city, in another country, signs up a business in their city and country, it just made your membership more valuable in your city, that you can go show this to your friends and family and whatnot. Okay, so this is a very unique business model, a very unique business idea, again, that we're uniquely positioned to do. And I was just going to add one other thing when I get into this app here that I think you should learn to show people these pictures. The member pictures, the you should be here pictures, and the 360 images. When people see that and they experience, wow, look at this 360 image, and it like sucks them in and they're getting that whole experience. It's impressive. And then you do it on the phone. You show the same video on the phone with, our goggles, and they do it like this, and they're having that whole virtual reality experience where they're like in it. That's impressive. So you got to learn to use these things that we've been developing, because it's all a part of the ecosystem, and it's impressive. It says, wow, this company is big, it's high tech, it's going places. So when you're talking to this restaurant owner that owns that local restaurant, they're going to respect you as an international business person representing this big global company that's one of the biggest, fastest growing travel companies in the world. We are the largest privately held, travel membership in the world, right? So, I mean, you represent something very special. And by the way, the brand that you represent is going into restaurants is not World Ventures. That's for you to recruit reps and stuff, right? The brand here is Dreamtrip membership. That this is a part of the Dreamtrip membership. So, you know, get that in your mind. And we're adding their restaurant into our app. And so our people, our members around the world can see that now they can go eat there and earn points and thereby earn their way onto Dreamtrips. But to help me explain that to you and the details and what's next for you and how to plug into our system is Mr. Stewart Walker. And like I said, he's already done this with us. He's piloted this program, him and Jessica and Denise around the world. And we're ready to launch this. I'm talking within this next week and next week, within the next 2 weeks, we're training all of you around the world through these webinars on how to go do this. You're going to have all the marketing materials you need, everything. But he's going to explain that to you. He's going to explain what it's been like for him to go pilot this in London and Dublin and Singapore, Chicago, Dallas. And he's going to explain to you what that process has been like and now how they've refined it to where you can go do it. And when we go do it all over the world, all at the same time, you're going to start seeing restaurants, you know, become active in the app. And that's going to help you sell more memberships, and it's going to help you with retention, all the things that we talked about. So I'm going to give a loving, friendly, warm welcome, you know, to my partner over here.
Thanks, Wayne. Appreciate that.
Stewart Walker, great guy. He's drank the Kool-Aid.
I make the Kool-Aid.
He makes the Kool-Aid. So he's been to the big events. You know, he's been to the trainings now, and he and Jessica, you know, and they love you guys. They've been able to come into your country and meet a lot of you and work with a lot of you, and so you know, he's excited, you know, about, you know, what makes World Ventures and Dreamtrips unique compared to something like Living Social or Groupon and things like that. But anyway, Stewart, I appreciate
yes, thank you for having me.
All your leadership up to this point, all your efforts. And, you know, let's not forget how in the future, when you go eat at a restaurant, right now, he's going to teach you how we track this for restaurants to pay, but they use a QR code to track the points. But in the future, of course, we're going to automate that, where you just hand them this card, they swipe it, you're going to get a notification on your phone saying, congratulations, you just earned this many points, you know, for eating here, Dreamtrip Reward points, you know, for a Dreamtrip. This is going to be so exciting, so high tech, so exciting. And we've invested in it. We're developing it. It's all coming. But you're in the very beginning of this. You're the leadership. You're the beginning of this. So, you know, this has been my time to kind of lay the vision for you a little bit. But when it comes to the nuts and bolts and how to train you to go do this and all the details of it, Stewart's the man.
Let's do it. All right. All right. We're going to launch a new presentation here. Good work, Wayne. All right. So today we're just going to cover kind of you know, Wayne gave a really good high-level overview of what we're looking to accomplish, kind of where we've been in our 10-year history, and really what we're planning to do this year. So we're just getting the presentation mode launched up here. Bear with us for one moment. Don't peek ahead at the other slides yet, please.
It's not letting me expand. Let's see.
Oh, wait. No, go to presentation.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm in the wrong. Okay. Here we go. Okay.
That's what happens when you present live, guys. Okay. So this is what we're going to cover today. Actually, Wayne already did the program overview and his explanation of how Dreamtrips Local is in our app. He's going to talk a little bit about really partnering with our field in co-creating the program. We're going to go over restaurant criteria, so what type of restaurant fits in this program. We're going to discuss the enrollment process. We're going to talk about the tools that we've built to make it easy for you to educate these restaurants on our program and get them signed up. We're going to discuss the market rollout plan. next steps, what to do next, and then we'll have a Q&A. Also, throughout this presentation, if you have any questions, there's a Q&A box on the right-hand side of your screen. Feel free to ask us any questions. We'll be available to answer them for you.
So I'm going to jump in here and explain this part. This, program overview. What is Dreamtrips Local? And what it is we all have that, favorite restaurant in town where if you have a friend or family member coming into your town, your city to visit you, you say, man, we got to go eat here. Or, man, you haven't been to my city or my town unless you've eaten here, or we've gone and done this special thing, right? And so you know what that is. And so if you come to Dallas, I'm going to want to take you to certain parts of Dallas. I'm going to want to even take you over to Fort Worth, where they have all the cowboy stuff, cowboy hats, cowboy boots, saloons, indoor rodeo, all that kind of stuff, and Mexican food. I'm going to take you to Joe T. Garcia's and places like that. So these are famous places, and I've done that with people that have visited. So it's the same thing with you and your city. We want to know, and now most of these businesses, these restaurants are already within the app, okay? And that's who we want you to go after first. Look within the app, look at the restaurants that are within your area, and we want you to go after those first. And this is very important that you understand how important this program is, so that you practice and you prepare, so that before you go talk to these business owners, you're very familiar with the information and you're very familiar with the next steps. Because some of these restaurants and businesses, you only have one shot at them. And the restaurants and businesses we're going after are already the successful ones, the popular ones, the ones that, are more likely to say to you, we don't need you. We don't need to, do a discount or give a deal. And you have to be able to explain, we're not asking you to give a discount. Okay. And you got to explain how we're different. But, some of these businesses, they're so unique and they're so special, we can't afford to mess up. We got to go in there prepared. And here in Dallas, we've got the celebrity chefs, the top restaurateurs. They're looking at our program and they're saying yes. So we got to teach you how to go do the same thing in your city. So fortunately, we are getting the best of the city to sign up with our program. When they say no to Groupon and they say no to these other companies, they are saying yes to us. But we got to train you on how to go do that. So then, Dreamtrips Local, what we really want you to do is be able to dine your way onto a dream trip. Wouldn't that be cool? You got to eat anyway. So now you can use our membership, in your local area, go eat at your favorite places, and now earn Dream Trip reward points to earn your way onto a dream trip. This is a very powerful, very unique concept, no competition. We're uniquely positioned to pull this off. And so, but it's going to take us teaming up right now. Okay, so catch the vision. And then we want it in the future to where you get the VIP treatment. That's why that's one of the reasons we're developing our own special, card, the Dream Trip Smart Card. That's a computer. It's not like a normal credit card. Okay, it has a digital screen on it, and you swipe through and find the card that you want, and you're gonna be able to swipe it and earn points. But it has Bluetooth. It has NFC. So when you show up on the property, they know that you're a Dream Trip member, and you're gonna get the Dream Trip member experience, the VIP treatment, and you're gonna get that table. You're gonna go front of the line. The chef might come out and shake your hand and welcome you. You're going to get a different experience, and that's because of everything that we're building. So anyway, that's kind of Dream Trips Local. It's not just restaurants; it is also the entertainment. And I actually want to expand it into spas. Wouldn't it be cool if you could go get a $100 massage in the city where you live at a highly rated spa, and then get 50 Dream Trip reward dollars? 40 or 50 Dream Trip reward dollars, for the massage that you just got.
And that's one thing that's really exciting about this program, Wayne. We're starting with restaurants, right? And so the goal this year is let's get into 50 cities worldwide. Let's touch 90% of our members. Let's cut deals with 1,500 restaurants. But as we get to those cities and start building up a network of restaurants, then we can start introducing new concepts like spas, like live action sports, like spectator sports, other entertainment venues. So really, when we're thinking about rolling out this program and truly partnering with the field, that's why it's so critical to have us to be able to go in and co-create with these field leaders, because it gets us to market faster and enables us to get to these other concepts quicker.
Yeah, so if we were a traditional company, we would have to hire salespeople in those 50 cities around the world and then train them up and now go do it, and hopefully they do a good job. But you all love, World Ventures, and you love the Dreamtrips brand. Okay, so you're really the best one for us to send in there. And you love this restaurant that you're talking to, because you live there and you know how good they are and you know how popular they are. Just know that most of the time they say no to everybody that walks in the door, okay? But you got to know how you're different, how we're different, and how our member is exactly like their best customer. And in all these restaurants, they want their best customer coming back to them more often. And that's what you are. We just want to teach you how to go sign them up, and we want to teach all our members how to go in there and be fun, but respectful and polite and dress properly and tip well. We want Dream Trippers to be big tippers. And so you're going to eat the great food. You're going to have the great experience, the great memories. And then all of a sudden you're going to be able to earn points. Now think about this. You're going to hang out in these restaurants. And that's where you're going to start doing your presentations when you're trying to either recruit people or sign them up to be members, because now you're going to sit there and you're going to order an appetizer and you're going to hand them your card or your QR code, and they're going to swipe and you're going to get points. Now, whoever you're trying to show this to, boom, they get it instantly. They're like, wow, you just ate here and now you got points to go on a dream trip. Wow, that is very cool. How do I sign up? So that's ultimately where we want to get to. We want you to have the Dream Trip member experience, but you got to go in there, and these restaurants need to love you. The management needs to love you. The servers need to love you. So don't be cheap. Don't be rude. There's a lot of, we got to train our people, to represent our brand well. That's very, very important. Okay.
And one thing that we learned from last year, as Wayne mentioned, we piloted this program in Singapore, London, Dublin, Dallas, and Chicago. 2-3 months before we were even in those markets, we were tapped into the local field leadership, people like James Lee and Shush and Henry Law. There's a lot of other names as well. Sorry if I'm leaving you guys off for now, but we really decided from the very beginning, in order for this program to be successful, we had to partner with the field. We had to partner with leaders to be able to understand the right type of restaurants to go after, who had contacts within those businesses, so that when we're on the ground for a 5-day period of time, we can take the right type of meetings with people who've already seen an idea of what Dreamtrips Local can do for them. And it makes that ability for us to sign them up quickly so much more achievable.
Yeah, so as we assign you these restaurants or these businesses, you might only have 5 that you're responsible for, or 10 or 15 or 20 over time. But we're not going to ask you to go do a whole lot. Okay, we're going to ask everybody to do a little bit. When Stewart worked for Living Social, like I said, his first year there, he signed up 220 businesses. Okay, we're not asking anybody to do that. Nothing close. That's like having a job, right? This is something that you do part-time on the side, in addition to being one of our, leaders and reps. Okay, and when everybody does a little bit, it adds up to a lot within the app. The businesses that show up in the app. But again, that makes the program, easier to sell, and it adds value, to it. So
and really the other thing about that that was unlike what I experienced at Living Social, we're really setting out to accomplish something that no one else can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're looking to activate. We've got salespeople. We have network marketers, people who are connected in their local markets all across the world, in 28 or 38 countries around the world, that can help us scale this program really quickly.
Yeah, so programs like that, like Groupon in Living Social, how much money does it cost for Groupon, for you to be a member of Groupon, right? Nothing, it's free. You just download the app. Now, the problem with that is you get everybody, right? We don't, that's what these restaurants don't want. They're not looking for everybody, just anybody and everybody to show up and hand a coupon and take the free thing and then leave and never come back. That's where we're unique. I mean, think about it. Our members paid a few $100s up front. They're paying $50 to $100 per month. That takes a very special kind of person. And people that are willing to, buy that kind of membership with us, they're the same kind of customer these restaurants want to have and have them come back more and more often. So this is just a really unique thing that we can do, that is different than all these other companies. Now Stewart, again, he's already done this. Okay, he knows how to identify the restaurants. He knows how to go in there and show them the program. He knows how to sign them up, and get them going. That's what he needs to teach you how to do. So Stewart, you might want to talk about some of the restaurants, that you've already met with, even the caliber, like yesterday.
Yeah. So yesterday, I took a meeting with actually Jefferson Santos set up this meeting for us with a pretty iconic, pretty well-known chef and restaurateur in Dallas, Kenny. He owns Kenny's Woodfire Grill, Kenny's Italian Food. He's opening up some burger restaurants. And
Kenny's Barbecue,
Kenny's Smokehouse, right by the office here.
All of them really good. So he's got an Italian place that's really good. He's got a burger joint that's really good. He's got a barbecue place that's really good. The main theme is he's the chef, right? And he knows how to produce quality food in a great atmosphere. And so, I mean, people love it. It's just such a great brand.
Yeah, I mean, really for Kenny, I think what was important for him is he understood our brand. We're the world's largest private travel club. We have 500,000 members across the world, 6,500 here in Dallas. This is not a discount program. That's very clear. This is not a discount program. Our members pay full price up front. You're allowing them to earn Dreamtrips rewards points that go on their next vacation faster. And that really resonated with them. I mean, I think, most restaurant owners are bombarded by 4 or 5 or 6 salespeople a day that are selling them new utensils or table linens or credit card processing. And so,
or buy one, get one free.
Exactly.
Or take half off the bill.
Exactly. So we come in there with really a very different approach. Being a successful travel company over the last 10 years and really coming in from a restaurant standpoint. So what I want to share with you is that the ask on this, what we're really asking you guys to do is help us identify some restaurants in your local cities that you are connected with.
So let me use Kenny's as an example that you just met with yesterday. So, I mean, I love this place. I mean, I'm telling you, the food is so good. And I eat at all his different restaurants. And I want to eat there anyway. And I pay full price anyway. But now all of a sudden, if I can get 40% of the bill in Dreamtrip reward dollars, oh my gosh, that's so exciting. So, it's not just 5-star restaurants, right? It's 5-star rated restaurants. We're not looking to do cheap food, cheap restaurants cheaper. Just like we don't do cheap vacations cheaper. Everything we do is like aspirational, right? 4 and 5. That's our brand. Our brand is what is aspirational, not cheap. So we want you to go after the 5-star rated restaurants. Yes, that also means 5-star restaurants, but it also might mean that burger place or that barbecue place or something, that hole in the wall, that nobody knows about. That's not real expensive, but the food is just insanely good, or these unique concepts. And a lot of times there's these restaurants that are just starting up. They're a brand new restaurant and the whole city doesn't know about them yet, but the food is really good. And so you go check it out, you experience it, you're like, wow, yes, this does fit within our brand. And then, Stewart can talk more about, what this curated list looks like. Cause we're not after every restaurant in town, that'll give us a deal. We're only after the very select few restaurants. So this is one of those ideas where less is more.
And that's really another reason why it's essential that we partner with our members located in these cities. You guys are going to be the experts in your city to be able to tell us what is the local hidden gems that we can't read about maybe on Yelp or something. Maybe you don't have Yelp in your market. You can really help us identify, what are those best restaurants in town. And so we have some very specific criteria. They must hold at least 3.5-star review on Yelp, or if you're in Asia, somewhere like Chope or Open Rice, Hungry Go Where, or if you have another local source in your market. I know for our leaders in Greece and Cyprus, Facebook is very popular for restaurants. They don't have restaurant websites, they have Facebook pages, so they would have to have at least 3.5 stars on those sites. We're really not looking for chains at this point. These are independently owned or part of a restaurant group. They have to be located within a 20-mile radius of the city center. We want to create a very focused, a hyper-local experience for our members, so that if I'm living in Dallas, I have a great selection and collection of restaurants that I can eat at in my own city.
So understand the list of restaurants that you can see in the app right now. That's a curated list. Okay, it's a list of restaurants that met our criteria, right? So they did have the ratings on different websites. They have been written up in magazines and newspapers and by food critics, and they have been highly rated. So yes, you're not going to see any restaurant chains in there, nationwide chains or anything like that. These are these very special places that have a unique, atmosphere. Okay, but also the food quality is great, and that's what we're looking for.
So really on that slide before, we were talking about finding restaurants in the app. If you have a restaurant that you're interested, that you think would be a great fit for this program, that meets the criteria that you're seeing on this slide, by all means, email them to us at merchants@worldventures.com. We have a team of people that are dedicated to monitoring that email box. We'll be in touch with you or that business if they meet the criteria to get them into the program.
Yeah, so what we want to avoid doing is where you have a friend or a brother-in-law or somebody that owns like a restaurant, and maybe it doesn't meet our criteria, but you're going to submit them just because they're your friend, or you want them in your downline and you're trying to recruit them. We don't want that. And so we're going to trust, who you submit, but we're going to verify. We're going to send in other members and get their opinions. We're going to go visit them. We're going to look them up on the internet. We're going to see what kind of reviews they've gotten. So, please don't waste our time. Don't waste our energy, with restaurants that don't meet our criteria. But if you really think that they do, okay, wonderful. Submit them. We'll check them out. Maybe we'll add them, but maybe we won't.
Yeah. And the quality of local business is going to be critical to the success of this program. Some of you are probably at United. You heard me get up on stage and start to talk about Dreamtrips Local. I want to make this really clear from the beginning that we're not looking to make you our full-time salespeople. Okay, this is an upfront ask for you to help us get this program in your market faster, so that you can start to see the ability to sign up members faster and have them stay longer. You can see that your residual check go up because this program is now in your market. So when you see this slide, this is your homework. Okay, I want you to take out a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle of it. On the left-hand side, I want you to make a list of restaurant owners managers, general managers, people that work within a restaurant and are in your close personal network that would pick up a phone call from you because they are familiar. Also add the names of anyone that who may work in a local restaurant, or maybe is somehow connected to local restaurants. Maybe they work for a PR firm. Maybe they sell plates to a restaurant, anything like that. This is your close network of people that can get you an introduction or that currently work at a restaurant. On the other side of the list, I want you to write down a list of your favorite local restaurants that you frequent. Places where you go in often, that the staff recognizes and knows who you are, where you would feel comfortable if you were properly trained on the program, asking for a meeting and presenting Dreamtrips Local.
Yeah, and so if you think about this, we want fewer restaurants in a city. And so we want them to be the best, right? Because we don't want to water down, the membership and spread our members out a whole bunch of restaurants where the management, the owner doesn't see, the benefit, the influx, right? So just keep them, as our membership base grows, we might add more restaurants, but for right now, we're going after the very select few. And so again, it's critical that you have the right introduction into that restaurant, or you do a great presentation. So we want you to really be familiar with this, ask whatever questions you want to of us so we can answer those questions for you. But go in there and be really knowledgeable, be really, professional, dress appropriately, because you're going to wind up becoming friends with this restaurant owner and friends with the management, because you're going to be in there doing a lot of presentations probably, so that you can earn points. But be open to the idea that, there's somebody that might have a better connection or a better relationship than you, and it makes sense for you to partner, okay, with somebody else to go sign up that restaurant. Don't lose sight of the big goal. The big goal is get them within our app, given the Dream Trip reward points, okay? So from time to time, that might mean you sharing that lead with somebody else that has a better relationship than you do. And so be open to that. And it'll work out better for everybody.
And now to help support you guys on introducing this program and showing someone in your close personal network about Dreamtrips Local, we've developed several marketing pieces and just program tools for you to use. We have a restaurant presentation that will be city specific. So there's a particular slide where we talk about the membership base within that city and the power of our community within that city. We have a one-page info sheet. We'll have FAQs, sample phone scripts on just coaching you on how to pick up the phone and get a meeting. We'll have a couple of videos as well, how the program works for the restaurant, how the program works for the member. We have a great chef testimonial video that I'm sure a lot of you have seen. So anyone that wants to participate and help us co-create this program in your local city will have access to these resources. Okay, so what's our next steps? I was kind of just touching upon it. After this webinar, you'll be getting another email from us for everyone who has attended the training. And if you would like to co-create the program with us, respond to that email, give us your member ID, your Skype ID, your contact info, and the city or cities in which you would like us, in which you can help us sign up restaurants in. Coming next week, Wayne talked about it earlier. We're talking about plans in this week, next week, the week after, in the next 2 weeks. We will be scheduling city-specific training sessions for those of you who would like to co-create and partner with us in launching this program in your city. In those sessions, we will go through step-by-step all the sales tools. We'll walk you through we call it the pitch deck. It's really the merchant presentation. We will train you on how to get a meeting, how to present Dreamtrips Local to a business, how to get them interested, and then what to do next and how to sign them up. So this is just a really exciting time for us. As we said, we piloted this program in a couple cities last year. We're very aggressively looking at the next 3 months, getting into, well, we're already kind of in Hong Kong, but expanding the program in Hong Kong, getting into Johannesburg. In March, we'll be all over Asia and Taipei, KL, starting to get into Australia before Momentum in Gold Coast. Myself and my colleague Jessica will be in Athens and Thessaloniki and Limassol, Tel Aviv, Nicosia, all over the US in April, expanding even further. May, June, and July, stretching ourselves a little bit more US markets, completing South Africa. I want to make something really clear as you look at these slides. If you are in Oklahoma City and you see your city located there in June, that's when our corporate team is planning to go in that market and sign up restaurants. If you want your city launched faster, co-create this program with us. Come to the next training, understand how to present Dreamtrips Local to your current network of contacts, where you have restaurant owners that you know. We need to get at least 10 restaurants signed up with executed agreements before we can launch any market. So if you want your market moved up quicker, really partner with us and help us create this program with you.
So you as a leader, go look within the app, look at the restaurants that are in your city, and let's go in there with you and get them signed up. So, Jessica is coming to your town, okay? I mean, load up her calendar, load up her schedule, go get in the front door of these restaurants, okay? Learn how to set good appointments, practice what it takes to get on the phone, get past the gatekeeper, get to the decision maker, and set a good appointment, okay? We don't want to fly them in from Dallas, Texas to your part of the world, and then you set up, bad appointments where they don't show, right? So learn how to set really good firm appointments. This is good for them. This is big for them. It's very unique, and you got to learn how to really sell us and set the good appointment. Stewart's coming to town. Denise is coming to town. So we're sending them from here out there to work with you, so they can go do this with you hand in hand, and that's within the next week and two. So just stay plugged into this. We're going to hopefully make these webinars available to you so you can kind of watch them again and again and learn from them again and again. Because I did one yesterday, and hopefully we recorded it. We're doing this one now. Hopefully we'll record it, and at some point in the future we'll make those available to you so you can watch this, again and again, so that you get more familiar with it. But anyway, this starts off the process of us working in partnership, not asking you to do a lot, asking you to do a little bit, 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 asking you to do a little bit. And when we all do a little bit in our city, it adds up to a lot. It all shows up in the app. Every member around the world that's looking in the app all of a sudden starts seeing restaurants pop up where they can go eat and earn Dreamtrip Award points. And so, and then other businesses. So this is really big. I'm excited about when this comes out and you're able to get that member experience, because this has Bluetooth and NFC and some other things that are very high tech. And but it's coming together. We're doing our part here. We're investing. We've got a good plan. We're sending our leaders into your market to work with you. It's time. It's time to take this project seriously. But we got one shot at these businesses. We want to go in there and do a great job. So just get your mind around this so that we can, because we're going after the few restaurants and the few businesses, we can't afford to mess them up. We got to go in there and do it right. And we're doing that here, and we're getting the most popular chefs in town, the most respected chefs in town. And they have said no to all these other programs, but they are saying yes to us. So we want to continue that around the world. And so be ready to bring your A game.
I'm excited. Let's get excited. Bye, guys.
Woo.
We're still live. Bloopers. Almost.
See you on the next webinar.